about the same diplomatic language and the next technique. Okay, so using the sentence such as I'm afraid is also going to help you a lot, just to say something in a very polite manner. So just let me give you an example. So let's say there is a scenario where you need to complete a deadline by this Friday itself. So rather than saying I can't finish the report by Friday, you can just simply add the statement saying, I'm afraid I would not be able to complete the report by Friday. The other person is going to find it digestible. Okay, so using the choice of words such as I'm afraid is also going to be better form, rather than saying you would not be able to do it, you will not do it. Okay, next example is I don't have time for Thursday. Okay, so let's say that there is this meeting your client have scheduled and you are too much occupied on Thursday. So rather than saying you don't have time on Thursday, you can simply say, I'm afraid, sir, I'm not available on Thursday. Would you mind rescheduling it to some other days? So in that way also, we can talk the same thing, but in a very beautiful manner, or let's say in a very polite tone. So now let's do another activity for the same diplomatic language. So what I would like to request you all is there are these three different statements. Okay, so you need to add I'm afraid statements in front of all these statements which is shown in the screen. And what you need to do, you need to elaborate that particular situation. So rather than saying that's not my job, I'm afraid, plus how you are going to talk in a positive way, please write it down in the chat box and I will provide you with suggestion and feedback as well. Just let me repeat the activity once again. So you can see three different statements in the screen. हजुरले तीनवटा डिफ्रेन्ट स्टेटमेन्ट्सहरू चाहिँ स्क्रिनमा हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ र हजुरले चाहिँ के चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो स्टेटमेन्टलाई चाहिँ डिप्लोमेटिक वेमा चाहिँ लेख्नु पर्यो च्याट बक्समा र यसको लागि चाहिँ हजुरले यही स्टेटमेन्टलाई चाहिँ आइ एम अफ्रेड थपेर चाहिँ पछाडि यही सेन्टेन्सलाई चाहिँ कसरी अलिकति पोजिटिभ वेमा चाहिँ हाल्नुहुन्छ त त्यो कुरा लेखिदिनु होला र केही कन्फ्युजन छ भने हजुरहरूले सोध्न पनि सक्नुहुन्छ च्याट बक्समा नै So you can add I'm afraid and you can explain why you are not being able to do so. Yes, absolutely. So we can see some answer in the chat box, and that's the way the other person is going to feel comfortable. Just imagine there is this client or customer who have called you saying that he or she requires this help from you. So rather than saying that that's not my job or sorry, sir, ma'am, I will not be able to do so, you can simply say, I'm afraid, sir, that's not my role. Rather than coming directly with me, you can go in this department and consult with this sir and ma'am. So that's going to be more diplomatic, and the other person is going to be convinced saying that, so this was the scenario because of which this person said no to me. Okay, so यो हिसाबले चाहिँ हजुरले लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ र फेरि पनि नेपाली भाषाको लागि पनि र नेपाली हामीले शब्द कोहीसँग युज गरिरहेछौँ भने पनि डिरेक्टली म यो गर्न सक्दिनँ, योबाट मबाट चाहिँ हुँदैन, अथवा यो कुरा चाहिँ हामीले सेवा प्रदान गर्न सक्दैनौँ भन्नको साटो हजुरले के भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ त अलिकति डिप्लोमेटिक म्यानरमा र पोलाइट टोनमा के भन्न सक्नुभयो त सर म्याम यो टास्क चाहिँ यो डिपार्टमेन्ट अथवा यो सर म्यामहरूले गर्नुहुन्छ, त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि यो कुरामा मैले सहयोग गर्न सक्दिनँ। सो यही कुरा नै हजुरले पोलाइट भर्जनमा चाहिँ गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। अलिकति इलाबोरेसन त छ, तर जो व्यक्तिले हजुरको कुरा सुनिराख्नु भएको छ उहाँलाई चाहिँ हजुरले किन त्यसरी बोल्नुभयो भन्ने कुरा पनि थाहा हुन्छ र यो भनेको मैले फेरि पनि बताइरहेको छु हजुरहरूलाई, हजुरले चाहे टेलिफोन कन्भर्सेसन गर्नुहुन्छ, or let's say इमेल कन्भर्सेसन गर्नुहुन्छ, or फेस टु फेस कन्भर्सेसन गर्नुहुन्छ, सबै ठाउँमा यही तरिकाले चाहिँ युज गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। र इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेजमै होला, नेपालीमा होला, or एनी सोर्ट अफ ल्याङ्ग्वेज हजुरले यही तरिकाले चाहिँ डिप्लोमेटिक वेमा चाहिँ कुराकानी गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। यस, सो हजुर सबैजनाले राइट एन्सर नै लेख्नु भएको छ। मैले यसमा केही फिडब्याक दिनुपर्ने केही देखिनँ, हजुरहरूले राम्रोसँग गर्नुभएको छ। एन्ड जस्ट लेट मी टेल यु वान थिङ, इट्स लाइक some of the people have mentioned, like one participants have mentioned one answer, the other person have elaborated in different manner. So we need to understand every person is different, the way of our elaboration is different. It's not that, oh, so this person is right, I'm wrong. Just using this technique and sharing your experiences, the other person is going to be convinced with your communication skills. And just let me tell you, communication is that skills which is going to be improved with the way you are using all these things and techniques on a daily basis. So आज हजुरलाई अलिकति गाह्रो भएको होला लेख्नको लागि, अथवा कसरी लेख्ने भनेर हुन सक्छ, तर हजुरले यो प्र्याक्टिस गर्दै जानुहुन्छ भने इभेन्चुअली चाहिँ इम्प्रुभ पनि गर्न चाहिँ सक्नुहुन्छ। र डेफिनेटली पनि यो जुन आज चाहिँ मैले यही तरिकाले लेख्नु भनेर चाहिँ भने इज नट भेरी प्लस अपोजिटको कुरा गरेँ, त्यसरी नै आइएम अफ्रेडको कुरा गरेँ, तर हजुरले त्यो प्र्याक्टिस गर्दै जानुहुन्छ भने त्यो शब्द नै हजुरले नसोचिकन मजाले नेचुरली चाहिँ बोल्न चाहिँ सक्नुहुन्छ। Yes, so everyone have said the statement very correctly, and I'm really happy with the outcome of this activity itself. So now let's me talk about the next technique for improving and mastering our workplace communication.